start with basics. How would you assess the season overall?
I think it was a success overall. I thought that our group, really put in the effort that we ask of them. I thought that overall our execution and our attention to the detail and the professionalism that we ask of them was very good. And I think that we brought a lot of young players a good distance here this year, so we're proud of that fact.
How do you feel like there's a difference in where you guys are as an organization now versus the end of last year? And I don't mean like team on the ice, but just kind of as an overall, still relatively new organization.
I think that we've made some good progress for sure. I think when you look at it from a hockey ops perspective, I feel like we've developed a reputation over the last few years that's come along since this time last year and is putting us into a position where I think we're going to get some more consideration in the marketplace from agents and players that are entering the ECHL as a place that they trust can be a place that they can trust to be, provide them a good atmosphere, a good framework to build on, and a good spot to grow their own personal game. So there I feel good, and I think in the community around us and right now where we are in Glens Falls, I think that we've got a lot of positive momentum going there too, so I'm very happy with that. We feel the same way about the community as I think it does about us, is that we appreciate what we have around us, and we feel good about how we've come along here and sort of felt a lot of pride going in each direction last night at the end of the season.
So last year, at the beginning of the year, one of the things, or before the season really started, one of the things that you said that helped recruit was just like physical location, and that was a big thing to bring people in just because there were so many HL teams to go to. Is kind of where you were just saying your reputation is now kind of so like where the geographical location was like a good, okay, nobody knows us, but we have this going for us. Mm-hmm. So mm-hmm. Do you feel like you've made the progression you wanted to from like, hey, we have our location, to like, this is who we are and what we do?
I think so. I think that takes time, and it takes relationships, and it takes players coming in here, excelling and growing, and then moving on. And whether it's an affiliated player, getting success at the next level, or it's an independent player, earning a contract in the American Hockey League or overseas in Europe, the bottom line is that players and agents want to see that there's a place in Glens Falls where they can come and have a really good atmosphere to work out of, and also get opportunity as a result of their own personal growth and the team's success. And I feel like we've taken another positive step in that direction, and if we continue to do so, that's going to continue to make our lives not only easier, but it's just going to make our team better. And that's the important thing, is that we're growing in a positive fashion, and every year we're attracting higher end talent. It's going to be young. We want it to be young. I think that's what this league should be for, and I think that this is an important facet of where we are geographically, and what we can provide is an opportunity for strong young players and good leaders to move along with them to get to the next level.
From an actual hockey on ice standpoint, what would you say are your takeaways from this season?
I think that I think we had a good lesson in how to manage a group of young players as a staff, and I speak on behalf of myself and Alex Lowe, and I say that early in the year we're very filled with not only rookies, but we also had some fresh out of junior players and even Europeans coming into a new culture, and I think that that was a good lesson for everyone. It was good growth for everyone to take the group of players that we had and find a way, everyone together, find a way to make a team out of that group, and make sure that we not only adapted to the youth of our group, but also to the playing style of our group. So I think a big takeaway is that at this level, you're not always going to get what you plan for, and it helps to be able to adapt. And I think that this year we had to do a lot of that, and it was good for everyone involved.
What did it take for you guys to achieve some consistency when the roster started changing a lot?
I think that one of the big things is that we just make sure that we have a framework in place systematically that is able to give us an opportunity to play well every night because of the fact that we're on the same page. And it's nothing extravagant or anything like that. I think the bottom line is that we try to bring in character people to fill the roles around where we can. And we try to give them a workable, learnable framework and hold everyone accountable to it. So if you move parts in and out of that you're still going to have a chance, even if people are relatively new or the overall skill level of the team wanes at different times, you're going to have a chance to win each night.
Is there an element of the season that you're most proud of?
I think that the being able to come out of the All-Star game at that point, and it wasn't all success after that, but it's a tough stretch of the season, and when you have a younger group of players, sometimes that can be a difficult time at that point in the winter, and when guys are getting far into their first year and the games are starting to add up. I think that everyone enjoyed the All-Star game. I think everyone took a lot of pride out of the whole production, the great work by the front office, the community support, and the representation all the way around. And then building on that, I thought that our team did a good job of sort of focusing in and creating a lot of positive momentum through February and into March. That set us up for the final push in the season that gave us a really good chance. So the second half of the season in general is a tough half, and I thought that our guys really rose to the occasion.
I'm going to do a kind of rundown of rookies, and there were a few that I didn't get a chance to talk to. So what did you see out of Kravchenko this year?
A lot of compete, a lot of heart, a lot of passion. I think he's a player that has a good combination of skill and passion. And he made sure he stuck his nose into every battle that he could, and we'd like to see him play more hockey games, as would he, but when he did, he was very effective.
How about Pollack?
Brett Pollack grew a lot this year. I think that he's a different player at the end of the year than he was at the beginning of the year. Very, very mature young man and a very good teammate, and someone who's got a high level of skill that it took him a little while to learn the pro game, and I think he's made some good steps, and looking forward to seeing what steps he can make in the future.
And
Dukov, another young man that stepped into a new situation, but suddenly a different culture, and coming from Belarus is a young man that I'm proud of, because it's a different game, different style, different language. And we talked just about the growth that he's had off the ice. I think a lot of us would be lucky to have that kind of growth, just that world experience that he's gotten this year out of being here in North America.
Last one, Falco.
Another one that a tough situation for Stefan, because he really struggled with the language. He's learning it a little bit now after working with the tutor and working with the guys all year. Obviously had some really exciting moments, and has some huge skill and size combination for as young as he is. And he's a guy that, I think our team took him under its wing, and I was proud to see him and the other guys around him come together starting in that All-Star game. I think when he sort of stepped it up with his shot and then went on to score many goals on the power play. And so that whole situation, I think, speaks a lot about the guys on our hockey team and Stefan himself.